Hi, and welcome to Introduction to American Literature. I'm your instructor, Jessica Steele, and I am really looking forward to working with you this quarter. I want to take a moment here to provide you with an overview of the class. I'm going to be giving you a lot of information right now up front, but I don't want you to worry about remembering it all. You're going to find this information also in your syllabus, which you can find here on the left of your screen, and you'll also find it in our weekly modules on our Canvas homepage as well. So you are going to have reading and writing assignments due on Tuesdays and Thursdays of each week. You'll see a couple of them here. Uh, and those assignments will both be from the textbook and from text and lectures that I'll provide you online. In those discussion forum assignments, you will be responding to assigned texts in a handwritten journal and submitting those journal entries as PDFs or scans of your handwritten notes. Those discussion forums are also going to include some other activities to help you think about and understand the text that we're working with. You will find the reading and writing assignments in the course schedule, which is right up here. And you'll also find your assignments in the weekly module as well. So Tuesdays and Thursdays, you are going to be posting your initial responses to the readings of the text. And then on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, you'll have the opportunity to respond to what your classmates have posted about those texts in those same discussion forum assignments. We have no scheduled meetings as a full class. So, as long as you meet the due dates for the reading and the writing assignments, you can do your work whenever you choose, with one small exception. Starting at the end of week 2, or depending on your schedule, the beginning of week 3, you'll meet once a week with a small group of students via Zoom to discuss either Tuesday or Thursday's assignments. You'll get to choose that based on your availability, and you'll record those Zoom meetings and submit them to me rather than writing your response that day. I'm going to assign you to a group based on what time you're available to meet via Zoom during that week. And that means it's really important to fill out your availability on the small group Zoom time availability schedule table as soon as you can. So that's right there. I encourage you to look at that and fill that out because I want to get you placed in a group that meets at a time that works best for you. Most of your grade in this course is going to be determined on your completion of the weekly assignments. You're going to write 2 short essays and you'll have one final project, but most of your points in this 100-point class will come from completing these Tuesday, Thursday discussion forums. You will also be taking each week 1 or 2 quizzes. But those are quizzes that you can take up to 3 times and you can keep your best score. And you're also going to memorize a line each week from a text that we've been studying. And that will be a line of your choice. I'm going to send out class announcements 2 or 3 times a week. So please make sure that you're checking our Canvas page pretty much daily just to see the announcements that show up. You can email me anytime and I will get back to you within 24 hours, usually sooner. And I am always open to meeting on Zoom. And in fact, I love it so that we can talk face to face. And I'm also going to have campus office hours as well. So if you, in case you want to meet in person, and you're going to find those office hours and locations here in the syllabus, which you will find on the left-hand side of our homepage. Okay. The best way to prepare for this class is to have your textbook. So I'm going to open that up and show you what that looks like. Here we go. Okay, so you can purchase two, one of 2 different textbooks. You can purchase either the Norton Anthology of American Literature, shorter 7th edition, which looks like this, or you can purchase the Norton Anthology, shorter 9th edition, which comes in 2 volumes, and you'll need both volumes. Now, if you're a Running Start student, this is important. You can check out from the library this edition for free. So if you're a Running Start student, please check with the Running Start office and the library, and you can check out your textbook as soon as the first day of the quarter. Okay. So the other thing that is important for your success in the class is making sure that you've set aside the right amount of time to finish the assignments that we have. There is a lot of reading in this class. What I've tried to do is estimate the amount of time I think it's going to take you to finish each assignment. So you should look through each week's module and add up the amount of time that it's going to take for you to finish your work. One thing that I want you to kind of look for in the discussion forums or in the class reading and writing schedule, is I have included as often as I can audio versions of the text that you're reading. And I really encourage you to listen to those audio recordings as you're reading your text, because that will ensure that you'll at least get a first read finished of the text within the time that I've estimated for you, that the amount of time that it will take. Finally, if you can stick with me a little bit longer, I want to share with you one reason why I think reading and responding to American literature is so important. In her 1993 Nobel Prize lecture, American author Toni Morrison tells her audience of a story that she's heard before. And it's a story of an old, wise woman who is also blind and some children who come to see her. Morrison imagines this woman, this old elderly woman, as a writer who is trying to determine the motive of the children who have showed up at her door. She's trying to figure out, are they there to mock her, to make fun of her, or are they there because they truly want her wisdom and her advice? In the end of the story, the woman decides to trust the children with her language because she imagines that their questions for her are really a genuine request for her knowledge, that in their visit, they are asking something important of her. So they beseech her to do this. What they say to her in the story is, think of our lives and tell us your particularized world. Make up a story. Narrative is radical, creating us at the very moment it is being created. We will not blame you if your reach exceeds your grasp. We know you can never do it properly once and for all. Passion is never enough, neither is skill, but try. When I think of why we read American literature, I think of what those children ask of the elderly woman in Morrison's story. And I can't help but feel as if each of the authors will read and listen to have done what those children in the story asked. They tried. They tried to tell their readers of their own particularized world. They made up stories and poems and journals and speeches and plays, stories that might create us at the very moment they are being created. We will likely have to think as those children do, that none of the authors will be able to tell us their stories as if they are the final word, the only way to tell those stories once and for all. But we will get to experience the way those authors try. And we get to do that together by thinking about them, writing about them, talking about them, and asking ourselves how those stories are creating us as they were being created. I can't wait to do this with you.